Hey guys, Dre Racing here. In today's video, we're finally wrapping up the competition engineering 8-point roll bar project. So we're going to show you the remainder of it, and stay tuned for the end of the video. We're going to kind of do some tips and tricks, what we learned, and if we ever have to do it again, how it would go much faster. Stick around.
I know you're gonna dig this.
There we go! Alright guys, welcome back to Dre Racing. And this should be, hopefully, like I said before, this should hopefully be the final part of our roll bar series. So, as we left you guys off before, we had everything pretty well tacked in place except for this. And now we have our welder in here. And he got just getting started, getting the floor plates in. Everything's looking good, filling, tiny, we call it tiny gaps that we couldn't fabricate out. And everything's going good. But what day of the week is it?
Sunday.
And guess who ran out of gas?
We did.
But he's going and getting another bottle of gas from a guy that he knows. So hopefully that'll be able to take care of the rest of this and hopefully fixes the issue, whatever it is that we ran out of gas. So yeah, this should be done once we get the gas pretty much in no time.
So
and
yeah, you think we ought to upsize our bottle?
yeah, probably.
I think so.
So yeah, after that's all done and hopefully everything cool. Like you said, we have black paint. Get the paint on it, and that'll kind of be a little bit of the conclusion of it.
All right, so we're just waiting on some gas. Let's make this happen.
Well, it turns out we can't even complete this job today because not only did we run out of gas earlier, we ran out of wire, which is, I guess, a key component to welding, right? So we're going to get some more gas and some more wire tomorrow, and hopefully we can finish welding. So we'll see you when that's all done.
All right, Ricky, you ready to get dirty?
Yeah, this is kind of the next and pretty much final step of the process is painting the roll bar. So we got this implement paint, and it is brush on. And pretty much we're doing it this way because, being a little bit colder out still, we don't want to open up the doors, for ventilation purposes, and we don't want to overspray all over the car, on the motorhome, stuff like that. So this should work out just fine. So
yeah, so we'll just wipe it down with some acetone, degrease it. Yep, we'll hit it with a primer. This is all oil-based. We'll throw away these foam brushes. Should work. If not, we'll let you know.
yeah, I mean, if not, it's probably not going to get repainted.
It's going to be what it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's get busy.
Well, we're partially done priming here.
Just getting started, man. Oh, partially done.
What are you doing back there? You look a little cramped.
I am a little cramped. I don't know why you're not doing this.
I might be painting it, so.
Yeah. A little sharp down here. You could have done a cleaner job of cutting in here.
Well, long ways to go, but yeah, I'll probably show you when I'm done priming.
Well, we learning anything?
Yeah.
This paint drips a lot.
Yep. And make sure you do the back side and everything got to look under before you do the front side, otherwise you're leaning in it and it's dripping on your head. So
Yeah, but it's looking good. It's just a primer
Yeah.
coat. And when we're done, so don't worry about the floor. When the paint's dry, we're gonna wire brush the whole floor and repaint the whole thing.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because that's pretty bad. And we're gonna go ahead and paint the ceiling as well. All right, back to work, Ricky. Okay, we'll look at the primer from way back here, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, just primer.
Yeah, it's just primer.
And
So
they can get covered in too much paint. So
not wearing too much. Yeah, so I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll get in there and I'm gonna look where I missed. And if we got to sand it, no big deal. And then we'll see how the final coat goes.
yeah.
All right. Hey, Ricky.
Hey, so
Getting ready to take this off jack stands, aren't you?
yeah, well, trying to get the wheel on there. Got the two things going. Yeah, so let's show them just real quick the paint job that you did. And it looks really good.
Yeah, we're gonna clean up the floorboards.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
thing we're gonna take care of and clean it up, but really happy. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
It does.
All right, let's get this thing on the ground
and go over the whole thing. All right, now that this whole project's wrapped up, let's kind of show you what we thought and tips and tricks. So overall, I think the quality of this kit is really good. The quality of steel, the way the pieces fit together, it was all really good stuff.
It took minimal fabrication, didn't it?
Yeah, somewhat. And they gave you plenty of pipe. That's all the excess we ended up cutting off and, use for future fabricating projects.
Yeah, don't throw that away.
No. So yeah, everything fit together real well. The instructions were, for the most part, helpful. There's nothing really wrong with them.
Okay, so yeah, we got the kit from, who did we buy from? Summit?
Yeah, Summit.
Yeah, we bought it from Summit and shipped right away, so it was in stock. And yeah, good kit, highly recommended.
Now, as for setup for this kit, obviously you need to pretty much gut the whole car. Headliners, so when you're welding, you don't, burn it. Protect your glass, cover it with cardboard or whatever you feel you need to protect it. And you also need to get the car up in the air in 100% level, no twist. Put a level wherever you feel is necessary, because you do not want to weld a twist into the car. So what we did to help kind of prevent that is obviously the car up on jack stands, and don't put it on. You got to put it on the body. You don't want to put on any suspension, axle, nothing. You want all that to kind of sag. We took all the wheels and tires off, and also, since our engine's already out, you could probably do this with the engine in the car, but I think already having it out kind of really helped balance it out a little bit more. Now, to help kind of get everything square, as you see, we put shims for in the back, and we don't even have the same amount of shims because the way the car was already twisted, or the natural way it sits. So yeah, we cut shims, put on our jack stands, and held the car, and crossed here, the sides, everywhere. The car was sitting completely level. All right, another very important part of this whole process is the tools that you use. Now, this portaband was probably one of our best friends for the entire job. You could probably use, a handsaw if you had to, but this made the cuts fast and clean, and we were able to, hold the pipe any way we want and just kind of push it in. Even if you don't have a stand, you could probably set it up any other way and just kind of hold it like you normally would.
Yeah, you could have used a grinding wheel and a cutoff wheel. Just a little bit more work. This was definitely cleaner and more accurate. Definitely a good tool to have.
Right. Now, another really important tool for the job, if you don't have anything else, is a low-speed drill press. And we started with our smaller drill press, but it was flat out too fast. So we went out, bought this 16-speed central machinery from Harbor Freight, and it goes down to 200 RPM, and that really saved the whole saw life, because if you only were cutting at a really high speed, it would probably just chew right through it. Now, another piece of information you need on this entire build is angles. Find yourself a protractor. We got this angle finder, anything of the sorts, because otherwise you're flat out guessing on what angles. And when we had it, all the pieces, the 6x6 plates in that vise, we were able to bend them to what we want and then just kind of hone in. Another thing you learn to be your friend is a grinder. We have a battery powered plug-in like this one. Between rounding out the edges after you cut them so you can weld them better, or fine tuning your angle, because there's been multiple times where we'd cut it and we'd have to come back out of the car 5 to 10 times to really get the angle right so there's no gaps.
Yeah, patience is your friend on this. There's no hurry in this process.
No. And then one thing we absolutely wish we had that we ended up getting away with, but doing it again, we would not, is metal brake. Except we got our stuff in the vise and folded it over with vice grips, and then we used our press a little bit, and things could have been a lot simpler had we had a brake.
For sure. But overall, the project went smooth. We learned a lot, and looking forward to our next fabrication job.
Right. And the last really important piece that you need is a welder. Now, in the instructions, it says you need a minimum 130 amp MIG welder. You cannot flux core. It says in the instructions you can TIG it if that's the route you prefer to use. But we have our Eastwood MIG 180 welder. It's a 240, and you could probably use a 120 gas if you want. But this is what we have, and it worked really great. The guy that we had pretty much wrap up our welding really enjoyed it, and he thought it was a great welder. So that's about all you need. But yeah, no flux core. Has to be gas, MIG, or TIG. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. Down in the description, I'm going to have a link to all the tools we used, or most of them, like the notcher, the drill press, have a review on those tools. So maybe you would want to buy that tool in particular for your project. But, thank you guys for all the support on this series. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. Hopefully we earned it with this project. Like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.